Percent of change is the next topic in our unit. Percent of change is the ratio of the amount of increase or decrease to the original amount. So basically what that means is that we're going to find the difference between the original amount and the new amount, and then use that to figure out what percent that difference is. How much is it? So if we're changing from 50 to 30, we made a change of 20. How much of percent out of 50 is that? The original amount. So for the steps here, step one will be to find the difference between the new amount and the original amount. And then we'll set up a proportion using this formula. Change over original equals percent over 100. Okay, so we're finding what percent matches the amount of change. Okay, and then you're going to write if the change is an increase or a decrease. So if we're going from 50 to 30, that's a decrease. If we're going from 30 to 50, that's an increase. All right, so let's take a look at a couple of these problems. In this example, our original is 10 and our new is 8. So let's remember that we're doing the change over original equals percent over 100. Okay, so this is kind of part and whole, just like we were talking with our percent proportions. The part that changed over the whole thing is the percent over 100. So first we're subtracting. We're getting a difference of 2. So the amount of change was 2. The original was $10. The original always goes on the bottom. And then that is going to equal some percent out of 100. We're going to cross multiply. 2 times 100 is 200. Divided by 10 is 20. So that's a 20% change. And since we started at 10 and went down to 8, that's a 20% decrease in money. Okay? 20% decrease. Let's look at a practice problem. Percents are out of 100 always. Okay, so let's look at a couple of these practice. I'm going to do number 1. From 644 cars to 588 cars. So the first thing I have to do is subtract and find out what the change was. What's the difference between the two numbers? Okay. All right. So once I've done that, I have a change of 56 cars. So that change of 56 cars goes over the original amount of cars I had. I started at 644, and that will equal the percent out of 100. Okay, then I would take 56 times 100, 5,600, and divide it by 644. Now remember, you're going to be using a calculator. So 56 times 100, I'm doing on my calculator, is 5,600, and divide that by 644. And we're going to have an answer of 8.695. We're rounding to the nearest whole number, so that's going to give me about 9%. And we started at 644 and went down, so that's a decrease. This little wavy line means about, approximately 9% decrease. I want you to try number 2, set that up. You're going to subtract. It's not going to be a negative number. You'll do 119 minus 72 and get the amount of change. The difference is that you're starting at 72 and you're going up. So at the end, it will be an increase instead of a decrease. All right, finding the missing number. A pair of boots is discounted 40%. So now we're going to find out how much change that is. So 40 always goes over 100. And then we have the change over the original. So originally the boots were $195. We're going to find how much change, how much were they discounted. So we would do 195 times 40 divided by 100. and that gives me 78. So there was a change of $78. This is the change, and this is the original. So if there was a change of $78 and it's a discount, that means I'm going to have to subtract 195 minus 78. So the price decrease was $78. 195 minus 78. Okay, so $117 is the sale price if it's discounted 40%. Okay, make sure you're putting your change over original and percent over 100. Okay, let's see what we got here. We've got two more. I want you to try these on your own, and we will go over these in class.